Hello everyone, last week I looked at my anticipated Kickstarters arriving. I also did my sort of 2023 predictions. Well, let's talk about some board games and expansions that I'm really looking forward to this year that I think could be really good. Let's kick off that list with one of the ones that I am 100% getting. I've not actually got the map pack yet, but I really want that. But it is the Aquarius expansion for Ark Nova. Now, I don't have a huge issue with the sort of size of the deck, the sort of somewhat randomness that comes out of that deck that others do, just because you deal with what comes out of it. So more cards isn't going to be for everyone, but the chance of more water-based animals coming out of that deck, I think that's really cool. I'm really excited to see what sort of new twists they bring. There's a couple of new enclosures. I'm all on board for that. I do wish that it had new maps, but then they released them as that separate map pack. A little bit annoying that they're separate, but allows you to pick up one and not the other if that's what you're up for. From one expansion to another, for Iki, there is the Iki Akibono expansion. So this seemingly adds a little bit of extra sideboard or something like that, where you can stop off at this bridge to do trades, and it also comes with a load of other stuff. So it also adds new characters, character cards, building cards, pipe and tobacco and fish tokens, just to add a bit extra variety, because normally there was like that one fish token that you're always going to want and stuff like that. Also sounds like you're having, you know, another place that you can go to trade with certain people or places, famous personalities from the Edo era. So that sounds quite cool, a little twist, and just it sounds like a little bit more of the same, a little bit added variety. That for me is exactly what I want from expansion, so really excited about Iki Akibono. That's almost certainly pronounced wrong. Next up, one game that I really loved playing through, unfortunately only playing through once, is My City. And that's playing through once because it's a legacy style game where each game something different happened, something, you know, you go on to the next episode of it. I think it was like 12, maybe more sort of parts long. We finished it. We really had a great time as this polyomino placement game evolved with stickers and stuff. My Island is coming out this year, and I'm very excited about that because I just want to see where it goes, because as long as they don't change it too much, it should be another really cool game. I'm also somewhat excited about the Roll and Write, but technically that was a 2022 release, right? Potentially the twist here from the box art is that it's going to be hexagons and not just polyomino shapes. So there's, you know, a slightly different headspace to get into as you're placing those down, because it can connect to many more things than just up, down, left, right, because you've got, well, not up, down, left, right, you've got diagonals and hexagonal offings to connect to. So it'll be interesting to see how they've sort of changed the game to accommodate hexagons, and it's a tile placement game. What more can you like? Really excited for My Island. Next up, we have an interesting sounding game called Fika. It's a Swedish coffee and cake style looking game, so I've almost certainly pronounced it wrong. But let's hear the important parts: that it's got pattern building, set collection and simultaneous action selection. So it plays in 20 minutes, and with those sort of caveats of the mechanisms that go into the game, that sounds 100% like that's what it will be, because if everything's simultaneous, it's just that nice a little bit quicker. It's an interesting sort of game. The sort of phases of play where, so let's read this. You first determine the primary and secondary suit colours for the round. You then start playing your cards. To play, you choose one from your hand simultaneously and put it face down in front of you, revealing it, and then you place them into your cafe. based on the order and sort of resolving effects. So there's a little bit of a, maybe they've played high cards before, low cards, they're wanting that. I don't quite know, but it sounds fast. It sounds a nice, small, little, easy to teach sort of card game, because it's set collection, a little bit of deduction, and they've got sort of powers that trigger, abilities that trigger when you're playing them. It's simultaneous. It sounds like an interesting game. Again, that is Fika, don't know. Looking forward to maybe hearing more during the year. Next up, there are at least 3 boxes for Unmatched coming this year. / maybe last year, depending on your region and stuff like that, not entirely sure. There is the Genie versus Houdini, which, I mean, it's a great sort of name, first of all. A 2-character box, and they seem like relatively cool characters, right, to actually base those Unmatched heroes on. So excited for those. I think that's technically out in America, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section below. But there's 2 new Marvel boxes. So 3 characters in each. So first of all, there's for King and Country. So that has, let's just check so I don't get the mixed up. That's got Black Widow, it's got Black Panther, and then it's got the Winter Soldier. Don't know if that character is going to have a bit of Bucky Barnes sort of twist. Don't know how the characters work, but it's Unmatched, it's Marvel. I definitely want those. And in the other box, let me just tap here, is Teen Spirit. Now this has Squirrel Girl, who I had no idea about really until playing Marvel's Snap, who spawns squirrels on other locations if you've played that game. So I wonder if maybe she's going to do that in this game as well. You've also got Ms. Marvel, who was in the recent, well, semi-recent Disney Plus series. I actually really enjoyed that series. I thought there was some, you know, it was really interesting how they put somewhat of a twist on culture and stuff like that. I thought it was good. I don't know what everyone else's thoughts are on that. And the other one is Cloak and Dagger, who it sounds like very much is a 2 thing swapping, maybe. I don't know. I don't know much more about those characters. I think I'm interested more in the For King and Country box, because I know the characters, but it doesn't mean that they're going to play as fun. More Unmatched for me, however, is a good thing. I do want to see, some people really have an issue with Marvel boxes. Oh, we don't need more Marvel licenses, Marvel games. If it gets other people interested, I'm all down for that. I'm all down for more characters. I would like to see another IP. They've done the Jurassic Park ones. They're cool. I'd like to see something else just to add into that awesome matchup. And maybe even another Battle of Legends Volume 3. I'd love to see a Minotaur character or something. Anyway, that's Teen Spirit. Technically, Genie and Houdini, and also for the for King and Country, Unmatched. Really excited for those when they released in 2023. Let's be honest, I am a bit of a Star Wars fan, so the fact that there is a Star Wars deck building game is certainly something this year that I want to check out. Now, I'm going into it a little bit wary, because a deck building game, I'm normally a fan of when a deck building is part of something, like Clank Legacy, where it's sort of your sort of options that are coming out of your deck to move around a map, to you know, maybe move slightly differently to kill monsters and stuff along the way. I really like those choices when a deck building is part of something, even like the Toy Story co-op deck building game, when you're using your cards to buy stuff from the shop to influence other things. I like it when it's part of something. So just pure deck building like Dominion, it's good, but it doesn't always grab me fully. Hopefully this theme pulls me in just that little bit more, and hopefully it's a good deck builder. I don't know too much more about it than that, because they've not released too much information, but it should be an interesting one to at least try this year. And last but not least is A game that I'm hoping is going to be good because I love the original that it's loosely based on. Now, Point Salad is getting a new-ish version, and I don't mean the awesome-looking Eevee Pokemon theme, which I do want to give a go if it's ever not in just Japanese. But Point City is coming out. Now, the twist with this one is that you're going to be taking cards from the middle and sort of growing some kind of a city, because apparently you're going to be taking, again, 2 adjacent cards from the city grid and adding them to your expanding city. So sounds similar to taking the 2, not necessarily in that case adjacent cards from Point Salad, but then it's also got using your resource cards and bonuses to construct cards. So it sounds like there is more going on. Now, part of me goes, oh, that's cool, because I like Point Salad, I like what that was doing, but I kind of like that because it's so quick and simple. You can kind of teach it, play it at the same time, and then go again, and everyone's all up to speed. This sounds like it's almost, you've played Point Salad, let's go one step higher. Sometimes games do that really well. Sometimes they don't. Like King Domino to Queen Domino for me is a great example. Love the base game because of its simplicity. Then Queen Domino came out and I wasn't as much of a fan because I'm playing King Domino for that simplicity and that tile placement, and you've added some extra stuff to it that took it, A, I think there was fiddly bits of it, and B, it just took it to a sort of a higher level. It's like, well, I wouldn't be playing King Domino if I wanted to play this style game. I'll go and play something that's more suited to it. Now, some games do it well, and I'm hoping Point City is one. It's definitely something I'm interested in playing, and hopefully it's going to be brilliant and we add it to the collection. There are some games that I am excited for. Now, we don't know all of the games that are coming out this year, so probably later in the year I'll revisit and add more games to this list, and hopefully by then I've played a few of these at least. But until then, have a great year. Let me know in the comment section below what you're looking forward to. If I've got it on the list or missed it off, let me know. And until next time, I'm Oliver East, signing out.